that have a lot of wood on them, or new docks that have been built over old docks that left the old post and the wood up underneath there for those crappie to get around. And when the lake's up and you only have just a little bit of area to shoot that jig under, those are the places to target these crappie. I like big docks with big platforms, out on the edge of points, near creek channels, etc. The very most important thing is shade and cover for these crappie to get under. Shooting docks is a very deadly technique to land more crappies. Like it's clouding up and fixing to rain here. That's all right. Crappie biting the rain. There he is right there. I told you, first cast. Oh man, what a hog. What a hog. I gotta have my dip net. What a hog. Come in here, baby. Come in here. Come here. Woo, Lord. Yeah. Man, you gotta use your net. Use an ultralights. I'll tell you what. Man, oh man. Look at that big old slab right there. First cast. It doesn't get no better than this, folks.
Wally's come to one of his favorite East Texas lakes, where the dock fishing tactic is effective from spring through late fall.
Oh, black nose crappie. Black nose crappie. See that black stripe on his back? He's a little 11-incher. I'm just going to lift him in the boat. It's amazing how they can get that dark stripe right there on the back, on the top of their back. Starts down here at their nose, and it looks like somebody took a mark slot and went right down the middle of their back. That's a good, I don't know, that fish goes about 11 inches, I think. He sucked that thunder way down in there. All right. Boy, he's going to be a good eat. I hear you under there, splashing around. Need to get on my hook. There he is. There he is. Oh, man, what a crappie. Get him out from behind that motor. Oh, man. Come in here, boy. Be easy, be easy, be easy. I'm going to lift you up, baby. Into the boat we go. You're holding that jig. When you hold the jig, you hold it by the head, not the hook. You hold it just like that with your thumb and index finger. You're going to bow it over, and hold it right underneath the rod. So wherever you point the rod, that's where it's going to go. I want to go right in between those posts. I shot it in there 20, 30 feet just then. Easy. And that's 1/16 ounce. I always like to keep the top of my rod parallel with the water, like this right here. When the lake's up, sometimes you've only got about 6 inches to actually shoot that jig up underneath there. Right now the lake's down, and just about any dock you pull up to, you can fish it pretty easy. But when you're trying to shoot a 1/16 ounce jig into about a 6-inch opening, sometimes it's a little tough, but all you got to do is work at it. What we're fishing with today is the new Crappie Thunder by Blakemore Lure Company. This is a lure that I designed. It's got a fat body. It's a solid body jig, but if you'll notice, the tail comes off at a 90 degrees off the back of the body. This allows it to just stand out kind of like a squid going through the water, or a freshwater shrimp. I like to use 6-pound test when I'm doing this. It's plenty of strength. I use monofilament. I don't use any of the braided lines. Monofilament line, I like a little bit of stretch to it. That way you don't rip that jig out of that crappie's mouth when he gets in a bind. I use that super Mr. Crappie high-vis line because in low light conditions under these docks, a lot of times you'll shoot that lure under that dock and you can't see your line, and when you can't see your line, you can't see those light strikes, especially when the lure's falling and they hit it on the fall. I like to see that line jump. You get a line that you can't see, and a lot of people think that it scares the fish. Believe me, Mr. Crappie Super Viz line does not scare these fish. I'm sitting here just catching them one right after the other. What I like to do is tie a loop knot. I'll run it through the Roadrunner head one time. I wrap it around my middle finger, and it makes a loop in between there. And I'm going to drop it down in between my fingers through that loop 3 times. It's kind of an overhand knot. and you let the loop go and you pinch it as close as possible to the eye of the hook, like that right there, and it makes a little loop where your jig will always set up in a horizontal position while you're fishing it. Live for the fun. I like to sit down, that way you get level with them. You get on their ground then. Because when you're standing up, you got too much slack in your line and can't stay in contact with your bait. Putting the Wally wiggle on them right now. You know, what you do is just pop it a little bit, and that old jig will come up, and it'll just flash up, then sink back down. They'll hit it on the fall every time. There's another one right there. They're just sucking it up. That's a good one too. Come on there, boy. Boy, ain't they pretty down in that water. Ooh, son. Crappie time. I'm gonna ease you over in the boat. I'm gonna get my ruler here in a minute, and I'm gonna start putting these things, showing the folks at the house just how big these slabs really are. Hello down there. Now as we've changed docks, and the reason we did is because the wind was hitting that other dock just so bad, and we've got back off in the back of a cove where it's real calm. We got a little bit of breeze in here, but I believe the crappie are going to be back up under this, in this dark area, right up under this dock right here. And always try to get out of the wind, because, you know, it's just pounding it, and you just really can't stay in contact with your bait, and moving into a calmer pocket will produce more crappie. I'm going to get right with it right now. Should be right there.
When the shooting technique is mastered, it can lead to amazing accuracy.
There he is, right there, right in between them posts. Come in here, little man. All right. Man, that's first cast. First cast every time. Produces good black crappie. About 11.5-inch fish. I'm gonna catch the biggest one of the day. I got a feeling he's in there. Come on, big boy. That wally out right here. There he is. There he is. Oh man, what a crappie. It's a good fish. Get out from behind there. Get out from behind there. Oh, get out from behind there. Uh-oh, he wrapped on me. That's where that old dip net comes in. I need my dip net. Oh, I gotta get over it. There he comes, here he comes, here he comes. I'm gonna need my dip net anyway. Here it is. Oh man, what a crappie. Ooh, now that's what you call a slab. What a crappie. Man, what are you talking about? Hello down there. Wow, you talking 2-pound fish. Let's measure this fish right here. Man, unbelievable. That's a 2-pound slab right there. That's what we come out here for today. That fish is right at 15 inches long. Now you talking about a sausage head. That's what I call them big old crappie. Ooh, what a mouth on him. That looks good to me. If there's a fish right there, it ought to be right there. There it is. Caught it. Caught it. Oh man, what a crappie. What a slab. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Oh, black nose. Look at that black nose slab in there. Hang in there, buddy. Hang in there. Woo-hoo. You talking about what I done is I just wanted to see if changing baits. I went to that little, what the Blakemore calls that bubble belly. It's a little albino shad. Pulled in that big old slab right there. Mama, would you look at this one? See that black nose got that stripe? Black nose crappie.
Crappies are fast-growing fish that begin to spawn after just 1 year in many lakes. That means that anglers can take home enough for dinner without concern for populations. In fact, the average size increases with angling pressure on most waters.